What if I told you the secret to a joyful old age has nothing to do with money, health, or even family? What I'm about to reveal will completely flip everything you think you know about aging happily. This isn't what the retirement industry tells you, it's not what doctors say, and it's definitely not what you think. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing the most counterintuitive truth about aging well, a secret that research has proven again and again, but that almost nobody talks about. The people experiencing the most joy in their later years aren't necessarily the wealthiest, the healthiest, or even those surrounded by loving families. So what is their secret? In this video, I'm revealing 12 surprising truths about joyful aging that go against everything society teaches us. These insights come from decades of research on happiness in older adults, interviews with the happiest seniors, and studies that tracked people from youth through old age. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what creates joy in later life. But here's the critical part. You need to watch until the very end, because truth number 12 is the most shocking and powerful of all. It's the overarching principle that ties everything together and explains why some people thrive in old age while others merely survive. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's discover the real secret to a joyful old age. Before we dive into the actual secrets, let me explain why everything you've been told about aging happily is incomplete. Society pushes narratives about successful aging that don't actually correlate with happiness in research. The first myth is that wealth brings happiness in old age. Beyond meeting basic needs, additional wealth shows minimal correlation with life satisfaction. The happiest 80-year-olds aren't necessarily the richest ones. The second myth is that perfect health equals happiness. Seniors with moderate health challenges often report equal or greater life satisfaction than perfectly healthy peers. How you respond to challenges matters more than the challenges themselves. The third myth is that constant activity creates joy. The happiest seniors aren't necessarily the busiest. Many report that slowing down and doing less brought them the most satisfaction. The fourth myth is that avoiding loss leads to happiness. The happiest older adults aren't those who've avoided loss, they're those who've developed a different relationship with change and impermanence. Secret number 1. The foundation of joyful aging isn't seeking pleasure, it's maintaining purpose and meaning. This sounds obvious, but it's radically different from how most people approach retirement. They focus on relaxation and enjoyment when they should focus on purpose and contribution. Purpose doesn't mean full-time work or major achievements. It means having reasons to get up in the morning, things that matter beyond yourself, ways you contribute to others. This could be volunteering, mentoring, creative pursuits, caregiving, or causes you support. The specific activity matters less than the sense that you matter. Research consistently shows seniors with strong purpose live longer and report greater life satisfaction. They have better cognitive function, lower rates of depression, and even stronger immune systems. Purpose literally keeps you alive and thriving. Pleasure feels good momentarily, but purpose sustains joy over the long term. The challenge is that retirement eliminates the built-in purpose that work provided. You must intentionally create new sources of meaning. Many people struggle with this transition because they've never had to consciously choose their purpose before. Work assigned it automatically through daily responsibilities and goals. Finding purpose in old age requires honest reflection about what truly matters to you. Not what should matter, not what mattered to others, but what lights you up and makes you feel alive. Sometimes your later life purpose connects to earlier careers. Sometimes it's completely different. Trust what resonates with your authentic self. Secret number 2. Joyful aging comes from deep connection with others, not maintaining total independence. This contradicts the cultural obsession with independence as the ultimate goal. The happiest seniors aren't the most independent, they're the most connected. Quality relationships are the single strongest predictor of happiness in old age according to decades of research. Not money, not health, not even living situation. People with close, meaningful relationships consistently report higher life satisfaction than isolated individuals, regardless of other circumstances. But here's the twist. It's not about quantity of relationships, it's about quality. Having one or two truly close relationships where you can be vulnerable and authentic matters more than dozens of surface-level friendships. Depth beats breadth every time when it comes to connection and happiness. The independence myth is particularly damaging for seniors. Our culture treats needing help as failure and independence as success. But research shows that people who accept help gracefully, build interdependent relationships, and allow themselves to need others are happier than those who isolate in the name of independence. Joyful aging means cultivating relationships intentionally throughout life. The happiest 80-year-olds started building those relationships decades earlier. But it's never too late to deepen existing connections or create new ones. Prioritizing relationship quality over independence is countercultural, but absolutely crucial. Secret number 3. Joy comes from accepting reality as it is, not fighting aging. This is perhaps the most counterintuitive secret. Everything in our culture screams anti-aging, fight decline, never give up. But the happiest seniors aren't fighting, they're accepting. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. It means acknowledging reality without the suffering that comes from resisting what is. You can accept that your body has changed while still caring for it. You can accept limitations while still living fully within them. Acceptance and action aren't opposites, they work together. The energy wasted resisting inevitable changes is enormous. Every thought of "I shouldn't need glasses," or "I used to be able to do this," or "Why is this happening to me?" creates suffering. The facts themselves, needing glasses or reduced stamina, don't cause suffering. Resisting those facts does. The happiest seniors have made peace with aging. They're not pretending to be young or desperately clinging to youth. They've embraced being the age they are with its unique gifts and challenges. This acceptance creates profound peace that no amount of anti-aging products can provide. Developing acceptance is a practice, not a one-time decision. It requires repeatedly noticing resistance and consciously choosing acceptance instead. Over time, acceptance becomes your default response to change. This single shift transforms the experience of aging from constant loss to ongoing evolution. Secret number 4. Joy comes from giving and contributing, not from consuming and acquiring. Retirement culture emphasizes enjoying the fruits of your labor, consuming what you've saved. But research shows that joy comes from contribution, not consumption. Seniors who volunteer or help others consistently report higher life satisfaction. The act of giving, whether time, wisdom, or resources, creates meaning and connection. It counters the narrative that older people are burdens by demonstrating ongoing value and relevance in the world. Contribution doesn't require physical strength or wealth. Listening to someone who needs to talk is contribution. Sharing your life experience is contribution. Mentoring younger people is contribution. Advocating for causes is contribution. Even praying for others or holding loving intentions is genuine contribution. The consumer retirement model leaves many people feeling empty. Endless leisure, recreational activities, and acquisition lose appeal faster than expected. Without contribution, purpose evaporates. The happiest retirees quickly discover that joy comes from giving, not getting. This secret explains why some people who never fully retire remain vibrant and engaged. They maintain ways of contributing that give life meaning. Whether working part-time, volunteering extensively, or caring for others, they've discovered that contribution is the antidote to feeling irrelevant or useless. Secret number 5. Joy comes from being present in moments, not from producing and achieving. This represents a fundamental shift from the productivity-obsessed culture of working years. The happiest seniors have learned that being is more valuable than doing. Our culture measures worth by productivity and accomplishment. This conditioning doesn't automatically disappear at retirement. Many seniors struggle with feeling worthless when they're not constantly producing, achieving, or checking items off lists. Unlearning this programming is essential for joy. Present moment awareness reveals the richness of ordinary life. When you're fully present drinking morning coffee, watching clouds, or talking with a friend, these simple moments become profoundly satisfying. Productivity culture trains us to look past these moments toward the next achievement. Presence reclaims them. The happiest seniors describe life slowing down in a good way, not because they're moving slower physically, but because they're savoring moments rather than rushing through them. Time feels abundant when you're present, because each moment is fully experienced. Secret number 6. Joy comes from simplifying life, not filling it with activity and complexity. This contradicts advice to stay busy and active. While some activity is healthy, overscheduled, complex lives create stress at any age, especially in later years. The happiest seniors have simplified their lives in multiple dimensions. Fewer possessions, simpler routines, less social obligation, more space and margin. This isn't deprivation, it's liberation. Complexity creates friction. Simplicity creates flow and opens space for what truly matters. Simplifying possessions creates physical and mental spaciousness. Letting go of decades of accumulation is freeing. Every item you own requires mental energy to maintain, organize, and remember. Releasing what you don't need or love creates lightness. Simplifying schedules creates temporal spaciousness. Instead of cramming retirement with activities, classes, and commitments, leaving open time allows spontaneity and rest. The cultural pressure to stay busy runs counter to what actually creates joy. Secret number 7. Joy comes from cultivating gratitude, not focusing on what's wrong or declining. This isn't just positive thinking, it's neurological reality. What you focus on, literally, shapes your brain and your experience of life. Gratitude is the single most powerful practice for increasing happiness. Research across all ages shows that regular gratitude practice significantly boosts life satisfaction, reduces depression, and improves physical health. But it's especially powerful for seniors navigating aging challenges. The mind naturally focuses on problems and threats. This negativity bias helped our ancestors survive, but makes us miserable in modern life. Deliberately noticing what's good counteracts this bias. It doesn't deny problems, it balances perspective. Aging provides countless opportunities for gratitude or complaint. You can focus on aching joints or on the fact you can still walk, on memory lapses or on decades of accumulated memories. What you focus on determines your experience. The happiest seniors have developed robust gratitude practices. Keeping gratitude journals, sharing appreciations with others, or taking mental inventory of good things daily. These practices retrain the brain to notice positives as readily as negatives. Secret number 8. Joy comes from continued learning and growth, not from coasting or stagnating. The stereotype of elderly people being set in their ways directly contradicts research on happy aging. The happiest seniors maintain curiosity and openness throughout life. They learn new skills, explore new interests, challenge their thinking, and remain engaged with the world. Mental stimulation isn't just good for cognitive health, it's essential for life satisfaction. Growth in later years looks different than in youth. It's less about career advancement or acquiring status, and more about personal development, creative expression, and expanding awareness. Learning for its own sake becomes possible and deeply satisfying. Many seniors report their later years as their most creative and fulfilling. Without the constraints of career and family obligations, they finally have time and freedom to pursue genuine interests. Some discover entirely new passions in their 60s, 70s, or 80s. Secret number 9. Joy in old age comes from being authentically yourself, not from conforming to others' expectations. This is one of aging's greatest gifts, the freedom to finally stop performing and people-pleasing. Many seniors describe a liberating shift in their 60s or 70s. Suddenly, they care less what others think and more about being true to themselves. This authenticity creates profound peace. The energy previously spent managing others' perceptions becomes available for genuine living. Authenticity means honoring your true values, preferences, and personality. Maybe you're introverted but spent decades pretending to be social, or creative but pursued practical careers, or unconventional but hid it to fit in. Later years offer permission to finally be who you actually are. The happiest seniors have released the need for approval. They've learned that you can't please everyone, people will judge you regardless, and your peace matters more than their opinions. This isn't selfishness, it's self-respect. Claiming authenticity sometimes means disappointing others, setting boundaries, saying no, or making choices others don't understand. But the happiest seniors have decided that their alignment with themselves matters more than maintaining false harmony. Secret number 10. Joyful aging requires forgiveness and letting go of old grudges, not clinging to resentment. Research overwhelmingly shows that people who've forgiven others and themselves report higher life satisfaction. Unforgiveness is heavy baggage to carry into old age. Resentment literally makes you sick. Holding grudges activates chronic stress response, suppresses immune function, and increases inflammation. Meanwhile, forgiveness has measurable health benefits, including lower blood pressure, better sleep, and reduced anxiety and depression. Forgiveness doesn't require reconciliation or saying what happened was okay. It simply means releasing the resentment you're carrying. Unforgiveness punishes you more than anyone else. As the saying goes, resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The happiest seniors have done the work of forgiveness. For major betrayals, this might have required therapy or significant time, but they recognized that holding on to hurt was stealing their peace. Letting go, not for the other person but for themselves, created freedom. This includes forgiving yourself. Many people carry shame and regret about past mistakes. Self-forgiveness is acknowledging you did the best you could with what you knew then, learning from mistakes, and releasing self-punishment. Secret number 11. Joy in old age often involves spiritual depth and connection, not just material comfort. This doesn't require traditional religion, but the happiest seniors typically have some form of spiritual practice or connection to something larger than themselves. Spirituality in research terms means connection to transcendent meaning. This could be traditional religion, nature spirituality, meditation practice, or philosophical exploration. The specific form matters less than having framework for meaning beyond material existence. aging naturally prompts spiritual questions. Facing mortality, reflecting on life's meaning, and grappling with loss and impermanence lead many seniors towards spiritual seeking. Those who engage these questions rather than avoiding them often discover profound peace. The happiest seniors describe a sense of connection to something larger. Whether God, universe, nature, or shared humanity, feeling part of something bigger than individual self provides comfort and perspective. It counters the isolation that creates suffering. Spiritual practice doesn't require hours daily. Simple practices like gratitude, meditation, time in nature, prayer, or reading inspirational texts all cultivate spiritual connection. Consistency matters more than duration. Secret number 12. The ultimate secret to joyful old age is focusing on the legacy you're creating, not obsessing over how long you live. This is the overarching principle that unites all the other secrets. The happiest seniors care more about living meaningfully than living forever. Our culture is obsessed with longevity and anti-aging. Billions are spent trying to extend lifespan. But research shows that beyond basic health maintenance, obsessing over longevity doesn't increase happiness. In fact, it often creates anxiety and reduces life quality. Legacy isn't about fame or leaving your name on buildings. It's about the ripples of your existence, how you affected others, what wisdom you shared, what kindness you spread. It's knowing that your life mattered, that you contributed something positive during your time here. The happiest seniors have shifted from quantity to quality of life. They focus on making remaining years meaningful rather than maximizing years lived. This paradoxically often extends life because reduced stress and increased purpose have health benefits. Living for legacy changes daily choices. You act with more integrity, kindness, and intentionality when you consider how your choices affect your legacy. You prioritize relationships, contribution, and growth over comfort and consumption. This is why people who are dying often report profound peace. When they stop fighting mortality and accept it, they focus on what matters most. Legacy-focused living brings that clarity and peace without requiring terminal diagnosis. Let me show you how these 12 secrets work together. They're interconnected principles that reinforce each other. Purpose and contribution work together, both countering meaninglessness. Connection and authenticity reinforce each other, attracting genuine relationships. Acceptance and presence work together. You can't be present while resisting reality. Gratitude and simplicity support each other, creating contentment with less. Forgiveness and spirituality connect. Spiritual perspective makes forgiveness easier. Growth and legacy unite. Your growth journey becomes teaching for others. Let me address common obstacles that prevent joy. Physical pain makes joy harder, but even people with health challenges can experience high life satisfaction through pain management and not defining yourself by limitations. Loss and grief are inherent to aging. Allow grief without being consumed. Financial stress is real, but beyond basic needs, these secrets cost nothing. Isolation prevents joy. Combat it through initiative and reaching out. Past trauma may require professional help. There's no shame in therapy. Let me give you concrete actions for applying these secrets. For purpose, list activities that make you lose track of time, then ask how they could serve others. For connection, audit your relationships honestly and invest in life-giving ones. For acceptance, note when you're resisting and consciously choose acceptance. For contribution, commit to one regular volunteer activity. For presence, establish one daily anchor practice, like mindful coffee or meditation. For simplicity, Choose one area to simplify this month. For gratitude, start a simple daily practice like 3 good things before bed. Let me share how to assess your progress toward joyful aging. Energy level is key. Do you wake up with reasons to get out of bed? Relationship quality signals joy. Are interactions genuine and satisfying? Emotional resilience shows foundation. Do you recover from difficulties reasonably quickly? Meaning and purpose are central. Do your days feel meaningful? Present moment awareness indicates joy. How much time do you spend in the actual present? Peace and acceptance reflect joy. Can you accept your life while working toward positive change? The journey from conventional to joyful aging has phases. Most start retirement with conventional expectations about staying busy and enjoying leisure. The crisis point comes when this stops working, feeling hollow or meaningless. This discomfort is the doorway to transformation. The exploration phase involves trying new approaches. The integration phase occurs as insights become lived experience. The embodiment phase is when you radiate joy naturally. This isn't linear. You'll move forward and backward, but the overall trajectory matters. Your responsibility as someone learning these secrets matters. The world needs elders who model joyful aging. Your family watches how you age. You're teaching them whether you realize it. Your community benefits from joyful elders. You honor your life by living it joyfully. Future you will thank present you for choices made today. All these secrets point to one fundamental reality. Joy comes from within, not from circumstances. This is empowering because joy is always available, and challenging because you're responsible for your experience. External circumstances set a range, but within that range, you choose where you land through purpose, gratitude, connection, and acceptance. The happiest seniors have discovered joy is a choice and practice, not dependent on everything going right. So there you have it, the real secret to joyful old age that nobody talks about. It's not money, health, or even family, though those help. It's purpose over pleasure, connection over independence, acceptance over resistance, contribution over consumption, presence over productivity, and 11 other transformative principles. Remember, joyful aging isn't about having perfect circumstances. It's about cultivating internal resources that allow joy regardless of circumstances. It's about living with intention, meaning, and authenticity rather than just passing time. It's about legacy over longevity and quality over quantity. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I create content every week helping seniors live more joyful, meaningful, and fulfilling lives. Hit that notification bell so you never miss insights that could transform your aging experience. Drop a comment below, sharing which secret resonated most with you. What surprised you? What challenged you? What are you already doing that creates joy? Your insights help and inspire others in our community. I also want to hear from joyful seniors already living these principles. What would you add to this list? What has made the biggest difference in your happiness? Share your wisdom to help others on this journey. Remember, it's never too late to create a joyful old age. Whether you're 60 or 90, you can start applying these secrets today. Begin with one principle that calls to you. Practice it until it becomes natural. Then add another. Transformation happens gradually through consistent small choices. Thank you so much for watching. I'm cheering you on as you create the joyful later years you deserve. You have everything you need inside you already. These secrets just help you access what's always been available. Until the next video, choose joy, live purposefully, and age beautifully.